Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video I'm doing a review slash first impressions and try on the new Huda Beauty palette, and this is the Desert Dusk palette. I got this as a PR package, and this video is not sponsored. These are literally my personal opinions and thoughts on the palette. I have yet to swatch anything or touch anything. I do have my foundation and everything else on except for the eyes, so I think I'm gonna give this a shot. This palette is available at Sephora.com and also on her website, and this does retail for $65. I believe that the rose gold palette was $65 as well. So in this palette, I mean, first off, this is beautiful. Her look is like everything. So when you first open up the palette, this is what is protecting the shadows from any type of damage, which was pretty creative. So in the palette you have 18 shadows, 4 different textures. You have 8 different mattes, 6 pressed pearls, and 3 duochrome toppers, and 1 daring glitter. I'm reading the back of the palette just so you guys know. So many different textures that you can play with. Good neutrals, but then you also have like the pops of colors, and I love the warmth that's in the palette because that's kind of up my alley. I do agree that $65 is a little bit overpriced for a palette, but I do find myself still using my rose gold palette, and I feel like it was a good investment. I never had any issues. Also, another plus is the mirror that comes with it. So the rose gold palette didn't have a mirror, it was more of just like a plastic covering, so I feel like this kind of makes it look a little bit more worth the money, if that makes sense. I have no idea what type of look I'm going to be doing with this palette. I'm super excited to try it. Since I already did my complexion, I did already put down a base on the eyelids, my foundation, and set with my translucent setting powder. I'm just going to take my Elena Badro blending, it's kind of like a flat blending brush, and I'm going to go in with Desert Sand. So going in to the palette, I noticed there is some excess fallout, so I'm just going to lightly tap into that. And I'm actually going to use my mirror here, and I'm just going to go over top of the lid just as my base. Like when I go into it, there is some fallout that I notice. It's not horrible, but if you have a light hand when pressing into the shadows, I feel like you should be okay. So next I'm going to go in with the shade Eden, which is this color right here. Moda Pro Crease Brush. I'm just going to go in and add that as my first transition in the crease. What's nice about these shadows is they are talc free, which is somewhat rare to find in a lot of makeup brands. Always a plus. And these shadows actually blend out really nice. Now I know with the rose gold palette, some people were having some issues with like blending and I don't know, I think the formulation. Mine was perfectly fine. I had no issues, and I know that they came out with like a new batch or something. I remember it was like a big thing when I was at Sephora. I was a little bit curious about this color in particular, whether or not it was going to show up. It actually did, and it's very subtle, but pigment is there and it's blending really nice. And I am just going to take that shadow and smoke it out underneath a while. So you guys, I leave for the airport tomorrow morning at 7. It is currently like almost midnight and I didn't finish packing. And I was like, I gotta film before I go because I'm not gonna have my lighting when I'm in Mississippi. So it's now or never. So next I'm gonna go in with Blazing, which is this matte orange right there, and just go in to the crease. So what I'm doing right now is building dimension to the eye, and I'm literally just going with it. I have no plan or no idea what I'm doing. It blends very nicely. I'm like actually impressed. Oh my god, these pigments are like crazy. So next I'm just going to take a smaller crease buffing brush. So I think next I'm going to go in with Saffron, which is this other matte shade. So what's weird about this is the last shade that we did, Blazing, and now that I'm like dipping in the saffron, there's not as much fallout as there is with Desert Sand. I'm curious to why Desert Sand had so much fallout. I am being very gentle and cautious with that. So next I'm just going to go in to the crease, but I'm only focusing this on like the outer corners. Once again, the pigment is there. The shadows are really blending nicely. I'm just going to go back in with that first crease brush that we used. And there's no product on there, but I really just want to make sure I diffuse all the edges nicely. So next I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I don't know how to pronounce it. O-U-D. Oud? Oud? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Packing that on the outer corner, blending it up to the crease. But like I said, focusing it more so on the outer part of the eye. Now personally, when I do smoky eyes, I really love to build colors. That's why I'm just going into so many. I'm also trying to use as many shades as I can just to get an idea, just so you guys know. I don't want to use like 2 shades out of the palette and that be it. So I'm just going to take a flat shadow brush and I'm going to go back into Desert Sand, which was that first shade that we did all over the lid. You can use concealer for this step, but I just want to kind of stick to shadows and see what the shadows can do for me. I'm just going to go over the area of the lid that we didn't cover with the other shadows. I'm still noticing a lot of fallout with Desert Sand. Don't know why. In comparison to all the other matte shades, I don't know why Desert Sand is like that. So next I'm going to go in with the glitter shade, which is right here, and that's called Cosmo. Now it says on the paper it's a ready to go formula. I'm assuming that it can just go on the lid. I am going to do one eye without any type of glitter primer, but then I'm going to do the other eye with glitter primer just to see. Using a flat brush to apply it. Now when I swatch it, a lot of pigment does come up and not a lot transfers onto the brush, but I guess we'll see. Ooh, there's fallout. Ooh, pause. Dabbing it on, that's what it says. It's going on, but it's not like a loose glitter with like all the intensity. I'm a big fan of loose glitters, so to see a pressed glitter, it's pretty cool. So I'm just pressing that all over the lid. I think I am gonna go in with glitter primer because it's like the intensity's there, but I want a little more. I'm just gonna go in with my NYX Professional Makeup glitter primer, one of my favorites. Go in with my flat brush. I don't know if I'm gonna mess this up, but I am just pressing over top of where I put that glitter. Usually I would do this prior, and I'll show you on this eye. There we go. So that glitter primer really did help in that, even though it said it's a ready to go formula. So I'm gonna go to the other eye and just do the glitter primer there. And definitely pressing motions to apply and pack on that glitter. I love the risk that she took with pressing a glitter into a palette like this instead of like a loose glitter. But I noticed like when you dip into the palette, a lot comes off. So just be very careful with that. I probably wouldn't use the glitter every day. So it's something I would just dip into once in a while. So I'm going to go back in with that smaller blending brush and just go back into that OUD. I don't know how to pronounce it. Just go on the outer corner again and really bring back that intensity and smoke it out. I'm just going to play with some colors right now because I feel like I'm missing something more so in the inner corner. So I'm going to go back in with Blazing. Is this? That has black shadow on it. So I'm just going to take my Sigma E34 and I'm just going to go underneath of the eye and kind of bring out that orange a little bit. Blur out and diffuse the edges. So I'm just going to go in with another flat brush, and this is the Cream Shop flat brush. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just adding that to the inner corners and I am loving this. I do believe the type of brushes you use, whether it's like synthetic or real hair type brushes, plays a huge role in how these shadows work, and I believe that was like the issue when the rose gold palette came out. People were having a little bit of trouble with that. I'm using both synthetic and natural hair depending on the formula. I'm just going to bring that a little bit underneath of the eye, and I am going to take that shade and just highlight underneath of my brow. Pretty much just going back in with that last shade, and I already did this off camera, but I am going to bring up that shade. It kind of just adds a little bit more dimension, but also I just was winging it and it looked nice. So next I'm just going to go in with a liquid liner. This is one of my favorites. If you guys are new to my channel, this is the Sephora Liquid Liner High Precision Thin Brush. Next for lashes, I'm going to go in with my Huda Beauty Farrah number 12. So off camera, I just wanted to see what a eyeliner would look like in the waterline, and I think I'm liking it. It really pulls together the whole look. So I'm going to go in with my Marc Jacobs matte eyeliner, and this is in Earthquake. I'm just going to go in with my Marc Jacobs mascara and layer on more mascara on the bottom lashes. So I just want to thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. Overall, with the palette, I do believe, I mean, I would purchase this if I didn't get it as a PR package. I absolutely love the colors. There were some things about the palette that I wasn't too happy about, such as a little concerned about the fallout on Desert Sand compared to the other matte shades. For $65, I do feel like that is a little pricey, but compared to the Rose Gold palette, this palette now has a mirror, which is nice because you can take this on the go when you're traveling and you don't have to pack an extra mirror. As far as that packed in glitter shade right there. I do like it. It does get a little messy. I highly recommend using a glitter primer or some type of base that is really going to help the glitter stick, even though on the card that I got it says it is the ready to go formula, which I would assume that would mean that you can just put it on without using any products. But as you can see in the video, I did try that method and it was okay, but just wanted a little bit more. All in all, I love the palette. Highly recommend it if you want a palette with warmer shades. I would use this on a daily. I'm actually going to take it with me to Mississippi. I leave in a couple hours for a flight, but I had to film this tutorial for you guys. But here is the PR package that I got. So this will definitely be going up on my shelving for PR packages. You guys, there's actually real sand, I believe that's sand, inside the packaging. So it like moves and rotates. How creative is that? I love the theme. If you guys are new to my channel, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for everyone else for tuning in. If you're already subscribed, hit the notification bell to get notified on when I post. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.